Hello, everybody.
Hello.
Welcome to Cinephilia.
Welcome back to Cinephilia.
Welcome us back to Cinephilia. I really hope that everything is working. Like you can hear us, you can see us.
I mean,
smell us.
That's the perfect
taste
show.
us,
Is that everything works?
Yeah. I'm just not sure because I run my own show for this thing. I should ask Ryan or Danny to start maybe coming to. I don't know. They do a lot already. Hello. How's everybody doing? How's everybody happy to be back on today's show?
We're happy to be back.
Yeah, just I know you guys are going to notice this. This is a weird little visual glitch that is going to happen every once in a while. I have no idea what it is. I'm not going to bother with it because it doesn't really hurt the show very much. It's just a little weird every once in a while.
A little bug, a kink that'll get worked out eventually.
Yeah, some video thing. I don't know what it is.
But we're back.
We're back.
It's been like
a whole month.
So there's a lot of stuff to catch up on. We've got a lot of news, a lot of trailers to watch. The initial idea for this episode, since we're going into the Christmas season, I was going to talk about my favorite Christmas movie, which is Batman Returns. So we've got Catwoman with us, but we might not have time for it. We'll see. If we get to it, then we get to it. If not, then that's fine, because we have a lot to cover that we missed over the past.
I can eat popcorn off the tops of their heads.
Yeah, you can. But we took a month off. We got some rest, but we also worked on updates for the show.
Yeah.
So you'll see a lot of new stuff today. I hope you guys were here to see the new intro, because the new intro is awesome.
Yeah.
But yeah, we're back.
That's it. Yeah, we're back. I just want to let you guys know that we are, we are sponsored by Wormwood. So if you guys go to Wormwood, if you guys are D&D fans, which I know some of you are because you guys watch our channel, go to Wormwood and use the code Perception to get checkout, free shipping at checkout.
Nice.
So buy some stuff for Christmas. Hopefully you'll get it in time. You should have already bought it by now, though, if you're going to order mail. But you might still get it. I don't know.
I mean, even if not for Christmas, you can still buy it. It's cool stuff.
We did find out that the code doesn't work for international shipping, but you know what? Go anyways. You'll be happy that you spent your money at Wormwood because they make great stuff. Yeah, we have stuff over there, back there.
Look at this new set, by the way. I mean, if you're a Perception fan and you've been tuning in, I'm sure you've seen all the updates happening with the studio, but for Cinephilia, this is all new. This background is awesome, and I love the lighting, and it's just so exciting to be back.
Yeah. So, so we're trying to do subs. Where is it down there? Oh, it's right here. So I point at your crotch, and I find it.
Subs right here.
So what we're doing this for the next 3 weeks, for the rest of the year. It's 3 weeks because we got about a few days of the last week of December. For the next 3 weeks, every show on Perception Studio is going to be competing for the most amount of subs collected. So subscribe, help Cinephilia out to win. We have a punishment and a reward. Punishment for the show that does the least subs, and a reward for the show that does the most subs.
So subscribe. During Cinephilia.
During Cinephilia, yeah. We'll let you know what those are, but if you guys want to help support Cinephilia, and so we can beat out the other shows, do it now.
Yes.
Or, I mean, sub, it's going to help no matter what. But maybe some bragging rights on Cinephilia.
Yeah, we would love to have some subs on this show.
Yeah, so our goal for tonight is 20 subs. Hopefully we can get it. That'd be awesome if we could. Yeah, tell your friends, tell everybody come by, come hang out, and we'll chat and stuff. The 4 of you who are in the chat right now.
And all 4 in the chat are probably already subscribers, which is awesome. We appreciate you.
Yeah, so what do we have on the So let's do the news?
Let's do the news.
Hey.
How exciting.
Catwoman stayed on top. She's not supposed to stay on. Well, she can stay on top.
Catwoman's always on top.
Yay. Oh, thank you, Red H. Cooper. I did not tweet. Let's tweet now.
I tweeted. You can just retweet my tweet.
I'll retweet your tweet. I was busy setting up the show.
What was Reed H. Cooper's asking? What was the clip in the trailers section? Was it the same ones from the opening?
In the trailers, yeah, it's.
So Pan's Labyrinth.
In the trailers, wait, what was that clip? Oh, the clip right now. Yeah, that was Amelie.
Oh, Amelie for the news. Okay.
Yeah.
Oh, that's right, because we're at news. We didn't go to trailers yet.
No, you don't spoil the trailers.
Don't spoil the trailers. So we're talking about the news. While Art does his tweeting, the first thing that I have set up for the news is that Portrait of a Lady on Fire, which is a highly acclaimed movie that came out this year. Well, it hit the film festival circuit this year. People loved it. It's not getting a wide release until next Valentine's Day, which kind of sucks. But if you are in LA and New York right now, you can go check it out for a limited engagement. I got my ticket and I'm going to be seeing it on Thursday because I'm not waiting until Valentine's Day. But it's a movie that a lot of critics that I like have said is one of the best of the year. So I'm upset that it's not getting like a wider release until
what movie is this?
Later. Portrait of a Lady on Fire.
Oh, okay, yeah.
So yeah, if you can catch it, then catch it. If not, look for it Valentine's Day. But it's supposed to be really good.
Okay, I retweeted. I tweeted.
You tweeted already?
I tweeted, retweeted.
Sweet. Do you remember when we watched the trailer for the Playbill movie? That's supposed to be like Lego movie, but with like the little kid Playmobil toys. So that movie came out. I didn't even realize that it was happening already, but it hit like one of the lowest box office openings ever. Like it really bombed.
Didn't it come right after Frozen 2?
Yeah, I guess
it opened around the time.
Like, see advertisements or anything that it was actually happening, that it was actually out.
Hey, thank you, Dylan Nightshade, with rating with a party of 5.
Sweet.
Thank you so much for joining us, you guys. And thank you, Mitchie, for your subscription. She says, woo, I can drink now. Mitchie starts drinking, she starts gift subbing like crazy.
Oh, really?
So we might win.
Drink during Cinephilia. Cinephilia is awesome.
Yeah, I'm drinking tea.
And I am drinking water. Because
I'm almost drinking water.
Fancy.
Almost drinking water.
What kind of tea did you make?
I made my own version of the honey citrus lemonade. I don't know, whatever the medicine bomb that Starbucks makes.
Good.
Yeah, it's like a lemon one and then a mint one and some lemonade. It's delicious.
So to all the people who just stopped in, thanks to the raid, we are Cinephilia, the show. It's a movie talk show. We've been on hiatus for like a month, and then we're back tonight. So we're going through some news and trailers and stuff that we missed over the past month.
Catching up on this month.
So welcome. If you'd like to subscribe, that would be awesome.
Please subscribe. We're on competition with all the other shows.
Yeah.
So for the next 3 weeks.
Subscribe here. So yeah, Playmobil bombed. It just horribly.
Well, it wasn't gonna.
It didn't seem that interesting to begin with?
No, and it just like we already got the Lego movie. Like, you're not gonna get better than the Lego movie.
Yeah.
So
it opened in 2,300 plus theaters. It wasn't at any of the theaters that I go to. But early projections say it's going to get it's not even going to crack 1 million.
Ew. That sucks.
This is what it says. Early projections estimated 2 to 3 million, and it didn't even crack 1 million. It made 600,000.
That's terrible. How much did it cost? Chris Paston says, "Did Playmobil have any advertising? Very little."
Chris Patstone's here. Hi, Chris.
He's been
I haven't
coming
seen
on.
you in forever.
Chris should come on one of our shows.
You should. You should be a guest.
Chris, you should come be a guest. Where is it? You're over there.
Yeah, I'm not sure how much it actually made, but that's not good.
That's terrible. I don't know. Why did they bother making that movie? Why is that a thing?
Because people don't have original ideas these days. If Lego Movie is doing well, then of course we're going to get a lot of other movies based on toys. And I mean, there was also an Ugly Dolls movie, which was.
But like Legos had years and years and years of making content. They've been making like. Little shorts inside their games and making little cartoons. And like they've been evolving into getting to where they got. And Playmobil can't just show up and go boom.
I mean, it's the same thing with DC and Marvel, right?
Oh, yeah.
This is how companies work. They see something that is making money and they just jump on it and they don't put the same care into it. So
yeah.
But I haven't seen the Playmobil movie. I don't know if it actually is bad. I assume it is, but I haven't seen it, so I can't really say that that's the reason why it didn't do well. I don't know.
Oh, whatever.
So, Rise of Skywalker is coming out soon.
It is.
I know you're excited for it.
In 10 days.
Disney has announced a warning for it. Did you hear about the warning?
Yeah. I think it was like a collaboration with like the Association for Epilepsy or something like that.
Well, I guess it was Incredibles 2. The association contacted Disney after the movie came out and was like, there's too many strobes in this, because there were lots of strobes in Incredibles 2. And so Disney issued a warning after the movie had already been out. So this one, apparently there's some strobe effects in Rise of Skywalker. Disney was proactive, which is great.
That's cool.
And contacted the association beforehand and said, this is what's happening. We might want to put out a warning. So they put out a warning that you should be aware of the strobe effects in case you have epilepsy.
Because some people are super sensitive to that stuff and there's some people who like have never had it and then will go to a movie and then have it and realize that they're photosensitive. So well, that's good. It's good to have that.
Yeah, it's awesome.
Going in.
So just be warned when you go see Rise of Skywalker that that's a thing. But definitely like don't let that stop you from seeing it. Just be cautious. The of all of the characters. Wait, Reed H. Cooper says, did they put out a warning in advance about the ending? Because the cast seemed to hate it. Nope.
Well, they didn't bother putting out an ad about Last Jedi, warning us about Last Jedi, and that still happened. I hate the Last Jedi.
Which is what we're going to talk about next week.
Yeah.
We're finally going to do our Last Jedi episode next week to prepare for Rise of Skywalker.
Right.
So my question for you in the chat, I'm sure you guys in the chat have already seen this news bit, but I'm wondering, like, if you were to spin off any character from Aladdin into their own show...
Ooh, the white one!
Which character would you pick?
The minor character from the movie is so stupid.
So apparently this is happening. Disney Plus is making a show based on the white prince that was in the live action. I mean, he's barely in it, and he's not even that memorable, but...
Like, he was funny. He was this little weird, stupid character, and he was like, oh, that guy's funny.
But he's like a side character.
Yeah.
He's like, I mean...
He's unimportant.
But apparently this is happening because the actor approached Disney about it, and Disney was like, that sounds good to us, so let's do it. So it's happening. But the internet is like totally against it. The internet has been calling out Disney Plus all about it, so we'll see where it goes. With that.
I don't even understand who asked for it, why they asked for it. Yeah, and it came right after. I don't think it was. Yeah, it came after he said. I think it was a weird timing that he said he was having a hard time getting auditions or getting cast into things, and then they announced
the actor playing Aladdin was having a hard time getting work after Aladdin, but yet Disney Plus is going to spin off this white character into a show and give him a whole series of work.
And he wasn't that memorable or important. Like, he was fine.
So the character is Prince Anders, who is played by. What's the actor?
I mean, the whole movie was not that great.
It's the Prince of Scanland.
Hi to Herstrom.
Who is?
He's just one of the suitors.
Yeah, there's no reason. I mean, not saying that the show would necessarily be bad, but what is the point?
What's the point? Yeah. I don't know. That's stupid. But
the actor is I was looking for his name, but I can't find him. What?
It's me just keep going. Wait, what? Who?
Oh,
but who is the actor?
It's Billy Magnuson is the actor who played Prince Anders.
I've never seen. I don't know that I've seen him in anything before.
I've seen him in other things, but I can't offhand. Here, I'll pull up my trusty Letterboxd account.
I mean, I didn't dislike him in the movie. He wasn't like I didn't have an issue with him. His just character wasn't great.
I mean, for the record, Aladdin as a whole wasn't great, but oh my gosh.
But it wasn't as bad as I thought it was going to be.
It was worse than I thought it would be. but it was not, of the 3 live action, actually I guess there's 4 live action remakes of Disney movies that came out this year. It wasn't the worst.
Yeah, it wasn't the worst.
It wasn't the best. So the 4 I'm talking about are Aladdin, Lion King, Dumbo, and if you want to count Maleficent, Mistress of Evil.
Yeah, because Dumbo was flat out bad.
Dumbo was awful. And I avoided seeing Lion King in the theaters, but I just took a trip to home to DC for Thanksgiving, and I actually watched The Lion King on the plane.
Yeah.
And it was awful.
It's
beautiful.
It's beautiful to look at,
but
it's the same movie. It's like 90% the same movie.
But it's the same movie, but not as good.
Not as good. Time pacing is all weird.
And the characters, the fact that they went photorealistic with the characters made it it took away from their character. Like there was no passion or essence behind it. It was just pretty to look at, and that's it.
And Beyonce feels like she showed up that afternoon, and they were like, "Here, read this," and she just read lines.
I heard so much about how horrible Beyonce was in this, and I have to say that I feel like almost everyone was the same way in this. It kind of like, I don't think anyone's acting, except for Scar was amazing.
I thought Scar was great.
Scar was amazing.
I didn't like his song.
No. I didn't like any of the songs in it, but I also liked Timon and Pumbaa.
I liked them a lot. They were the one thing that was funny.
The three characters that actually had some like something cool.
I would watch a spin-off with these Timon and Pumbaa. I would watch that.
You'd watch that over Billy Magnuson as...
Oh God, yes.
What were the other movies that Billy Magnuson was in? Let me see. He was in The Big Short. He was recently in Velvet Buzzsaw.
Nope.
He was in Game Night.
Oh, was he in Ingrid Goes West?
He was in Into the Woods. I had
no idea.
A prince in Into the Woods as well. So he's been in stuff. Bridge of Spies, Maniac. He was on the show Maniac, that series on Netflix. So he's been in stuff, but we don't need a series.
No.
It's so easy for white people to get stuff.
Chris Peston says, so will the next spin-off be with the guy who told Emma Watson to say illiterate in Beauty and the Beast? I didn't even see Beauty and the Beast. We just don't need, we don't even need these remakes to begin with. We don't need spin-offs of the remakes as well. Have you seen the Lady and the Tramp remake yet?
No.
I haven't seen that. I heard that's cute.
I heard it's
cute.
But
remakes on a streaming channel,
that's different. That makes sense.
Those are fine.
You're not going out to a theater and spending
yeah, those are fine.
All this money, because movies are expensive these days, to see it. I have to admit, I was hesitant to go see Maleficent, Mistress of All Evil, but of those four that I mentioned, it's the best one.
Yeah.
Because, there's still not really a reason to do another Maleficent movie like that, but Michelle Pfeiffer, Angelina Jolie, and the voice actor who played Scar. I can't. Chiwetel. Yeah, he's also in Maleficent. And the three of them, even when you give them bad stuff to do, they're such good actors that they pull it off. And they make it interesting. So the three of them sold that movie for me. And also the idea that I kind of liked the backstory they gave Maleficent, that she came from this other race, and the races they gave her was kind of interesting.
1 second. Hey, Kirk and Corey, thank you so much. They're just rating us with a party of 6. Yay, raids.
Awesome.
Thank you so much, guys. We're hanging out here on Cinephilia. What do I sound like a TV announcer? We're hanging out here at Cinephilia. We're talking about movies. We're going through our news. Welcome. We're coming back. We're off for a month. We're back. Thank you for joining us. Hey, Concur says, we love the show. Thank you. Awesome. We're doing sub competition for the month of December.
Here.
So every show, we're gonna see who gets the most subs. There's a reward for the show that wins, and then there's a punishment for the show that loses. So vote for your favorite show by subscribing. There.
We would rather have the reward than the punishment. Okay, I guess that was all we need to talk about for Disney remakes.
Oh, hey, I have to do that thing.
What thing?
Hey, Mitchie, are you still on check? Can you post the raid button thing? Sorry.
Reed H. Cooper says, Billy's IMDb revealed to me they're making a Sopranos prequel with James's son.
With who?
So I guess he's going to be in that too. See, he's getting lots of work, and a guy who played Aladdin can't get anything. Chris Patstone says, every time I think we won't get another animal actor with CGI mouths movie, I'm surprised. I think it's a timeless trope.
Well, the good thing is Jon Favreau is busy with Star Wars. So no more of those talking animal movies for a while.
So, okay, this wasn't even on my list of things to talk about, but you just made me think about it. And I want your opinion on this.
Yep.
So, there's been rumors that they want to change who's in charge of the Star Wars stuff, and
Yes.
that they want Jon Favreau to pick it up.
I'm fine with that.
Okay, I think I have.
All right.
I don't have Disney Plus, so I have yet to watch the Mandalorian, but I've been hearing great things about it. I just think it's so funny that someone who has consistently done bad movies, and not just him. There's a lot of people that this happens with. People who consistently have bad movies continue to get work, while people who do good things don't get. It's a pet peeve of mine.
So I do have in defense of Jon Favreau.
Yes,
he has made good movies.
He has,
but let it go. But I do think this was him paying his dues, going, okay, this is how I get myself into here, doing these bullshit movies, so he can do the things that he wants to. So yes, those movies he has, like The Lion King and Jungle Book, were terrible, and I hated them. But I know him to be a good filmmaker. And he comes from as an actor, so he's got a lot of like story and like acting stuff. So I would be okay with him, first of all, over Kathleen Kennedy, who I used to love, and now she's kind of.
Okay, I'm gonna let you finish, but I have a comment about her that I have to add.
Yeah, she's kind of sucked at it, and he feels like a fan. So the things that we've seen, and Mandalorian is not perfect. It's got some issues, but in general, it's great. And I want to see more of that. And if he's working closely with Dave Filoni, actually Dave Filoni should be in charge of all Star Wars. That's who should be in charge. But if they're not going to give it to Dave Filoni because he's busy making other Star Wars things, then Jon Favreau would be fine at this point.
Is he directing every episode?
No.
Bryce Dallas Howard directed the episode, right?
He hasn't, I don't think he's...
But he's the showrunner.
He's the showrunner. He wrote the show.
Okay.
And he's getting people to direct it. And Dave Filoni's been working closely with him.
I have to say about Kathleen Kennedy, it absolutely gutted me. I mean, it gutted in a way that I was laughing. I just found it so hysterical that she said that Star Wars movies are hard to make because they don't have a lot of comic book and video game and back things to pull from. Did you see that she actually made that comment?
Oh, she's so stupid. Did she really?
Yeah, which is such a double-sided comment because, one, you have writers that you can, create whole worlds with. Like, just create new stuff. Like, you don't have to... I understand that it's a franchise, it's a beloved franchise, and people want certain things from it. But that's what writers are for. They're there to write and create.
Yeah.
So that shouldn't be a problem. But also, the other side of that is, when they started making these new Star Wars movies, they specifically said, we're going to throw away all this canon that was already created. We're going to throw away the comics and the video games and the things that came,
Yeah.
So there was those things that she's talking about that they can't pull from. And they made a conscious decision to not pull from it, and now she's like kind of complaining about it.
But they can't pull from it. What they did is
they can, but they don't.
They don't. Well, they have a little bit, and she just needs to stop worrying about writing. She just needs to. Her job should just be hire the people who know what they're doing. Just hey, you know what you're doing.
Yeah.
You do the writing. You put the stuff together. Don't work with Rian Johnson ever again, and then just put Dave Filoni and Jon Favreau in charge.
Dave is asking, "What's up with my mic? Can you?
I don't know. You tell us what's
me?
up with the mic.
Can you guys not hear me that well?
Oh, it did work. Oh, I did the wrong thing. I did an I instead of an exclamation point. Thank you. If you guys are still here, or Raiders are still here, please click on the link to make your view count. Your raid count.
Yeah, I don't know what's up with my mic, so let me know what the problem is with you guys. If I'm sounding weird or not.
Is it weird?
Let us know in the chat.
Soft. I will go check for you. You need talk.
Well, I was...
Are you talking to me?
Yeah, I was going to talk to you. Because we have news coming up that you're going to find interesting.
Oh, yeah. Give me 2 seconds.
It's working. I think it might be pushed against your neck at some angles. Okay. I think it's just the way I'm wearing it, Art.
Oh, okay.
So I have to figure it out. Sorry if this sounds horrible. fixing it. I'll turn it this way. I'm talking now. Can you hear me? But I don't have it on. Let me put it on. Okay, now I'm wearing it. How does it sound? Do I sound okay now? Let me know if it's any better or worse. Dave says I sound like I have a bad stuffy nose. I might just have a bad stuffy nose.
Okay, I'm coming back.
It's better?
Sure.
Sure.
I went to watch it on my computer, but it was playing the net, so I never got to watch it.
Oh. Well, Gooch Camper says good, so Chris Pastone says good. So.
And Mitchie says whoops.
And Dave says it sounds good.
Okay, good. So yeah, back to Star Wars. Yes. So Kathleen Kennedy should not be in charge of Star Wars. That's it. Or should not be in charge of stories of Star Wars.
So
They need a story person.
So this
She's a good
new
producer.
one, this new one is being touted, Rise of Skywalker. We're going to get into more of this next week, but we might as well talk about it since it's come up. This new Rise of Skywalker is being touted as the last movie that the Skywalkers will star in.
Yeah, the Skywalker saga is coming doing it.
Right. So what do you foresee in the future for...
More stuff like Mandalorian. More just stuff in the world of Star Wars. More
Baby Yodas?
More Baby Yodas. Hopefully Dave Filoni doing a live-action Star Wars. I would love him to have a live-action Star Wars.
Mitchie says, hashtag beard brush. Yes, that's what's happening with my mic.
I'm fine with a bunch of like TV shows for a while. I don't necessarily need movies right now. I'm fine with you giving me TV shows for a while.
Yeah, and they, are going to need stuff to continuously push Disney
Until
Plus, so that's probably a better idea.
Until you get something that's kind of a big story and you want to kind of do a movie about it, then I think, give us... They did say they're taking a break. They're taking a break from Star Wars movies for a little bit, which is great.
Yeah.
Concentrate on TV shows, because we have a Diego Luna show, we have an Obi-Wan TV show, so we're good on Star Wars shows, and we got the new season of Clone Wars coming, so... I'm fine with just TV shows for a while.
Yeah.
As long as I don't really care how I get Star Wars, just give me Star Wars and I'll be happy.
Cyrodiil Drakenmur says, more grit without all Jedi-centric stories.
Yeah.
Reed H. Cooper, can Kathleen still safely run Lucasfilm? I don't even know. I feel Lucas and Disney aren't even mining the actual properties enough.
No, they're not. They're not mining. They're scraping the surface because they don't know what they're doing.
Yeah.
But hopefully, like I said, with Dave Filoni and Jon Favreau doing well Mandalorian, they might just go, oh, look at that. They know what they're doing. And let them do more stuff.
Yeah.
I do agree with the more grit without all the Jedi-centric stories. I love the wars parts of Star Wars. Like,
well, that's funny because Mitchie was just asking, do you think we'll ever have Star Peace? I would love to see Star Peace, personally.
I love the like just the conflict and the fighting and like that like regular non-Jedi stuff is I can almost say more interesting than Jedi stuff. I think I'm done with I've seen enough Jedi stuff like they came unless we went backwards. If we went back to like old Republic stuff, then I would love to see Jedi stuff there. But like here I love just seeing like the Western space Western.
Yeah, it's time to progress to something else.
Yeah.
Hello, Valen36.
Hello. Valen says, I really need to catch up on Clone Wars before that new season comes out. Yes, definitely, if you have Disney Plus, catch up on Clone Wars and all that, because Clone Wars is great.
Yeah. Since we're talking about Star Trek, let's move on to another Star thing we love. I mean, we're talking about Star Wars. Let's move on to Star Trek. Star Trek 4 is happening. Yes. Did you hear this news?
No. Wait, no.
Yeah,
Don't think so.
Because after Star Trek Beyond, they were saying, we're just going to do these shows. We're not really going to focus on the movie anymore, except for Quentin Tarantino was developing a movie. But outside of, that was going to be his own thing. But they're actually, back to having a sequel coming after Star Trek Beyond. It's going to be Noah Hawley is working on it, who just had the movie Lucy in the Sky in theaters, starring Natalie Portman. I didn't see it. The trailer for it looked good. I wanted to see it, but it was one of those movies that came out and like just left real quick, which was upsetting because I wanted to see it. So hopefully I can watch it in the next month or so if it's going to be streaming somewhere maybe. But so yeah, he's in final talks to write and direct new Star Trek for Paramount. No idea what the story is going to be. I don't think they're going to go with, because before they were trying to get Chris Hemsworth to come back as Kirk's dad. I don't know if that's still going to be where they're going with that, or if it's going to be something else entirely.
Yeah. Chris Patton says, John Lasseter proved himself with his work and then was put in charge of Disney Animation, and that worked great. Kinda. I'm adding the kinda. Then maybe you could work with Jon Favreau on Star Wars. Yes, I think so. It would work. Except for the work that great with John Lasseter. Yeah, I'm excited for them trying new things with Star Wars as well, Star Trek as well.
Yeah.
I've never been a purist on things, but particularly Star Trek is also a gigantic world that you can tell.
You can go so many ways with it.
Yeah, you can tell a story about a whole new ship, a whole new set of characters, and still be in the Star Trek world. Reference the world, reference the other characters, and you still have something great.
Yeah. So this new Star Trek movie is in addition to the one that Tarantino is still working on. So we get 2 Star Trek movies, and then we also have 2 Star Trek series on
3.
CBS. 3, yes.
Yeah.
Because the animated one. I always forget about the animated one.
And the section, what did I forget what it's called? Section 31? No. Section, I'm talking about.
I know what you're talking about.
That one. They're doing a show on that one as well.
Is that? I don't know why I was thinking that was rumored, but not. No, they officially announced that. Yeah. So we got 4 shows.
So this is a great time to be alive. You got a bunch of Star Wars, a bunch of Star Trek. Now we just need a lot of Ninja Turtle stuff.
As long as it's good. We need a lot of Ninja Turtle stuff.
There's a big rumor. We'll get to that in a minute.
We can.
There's a rumor that they're working on a new Turtles series.
Live action or
live
animated?
Action. And they're looking to go back maybe to the designs from the 90s movies.
I hope so. Those are great designs.
There was actually...
So a series like a show?
No,
or
like a movie.
A movie, okay.
There was these 2 producers, I forget who they are. I think producers worked on Turtle stuff before, or maybe not. And they were being interviewed on a red carpet for some random thing. And they're like, oh, so what do you got coming up next? And then one of them said, oh yeah, some new Turtles things, blah, blah, blah. And the other guy was like, are we supposed to talk about that? And he was like, meh. So they're still talking about it. They're still hopeful that'll happen. So... I know. I'd be down for a Turtles thing.
We got in the chat, for Star Trek, please, more stories around First Contact or even Mind the Q for a story. Chris Patstone says, the next Star Trek movie was in development hell. Most everyone thought it was never going to happen. I'm glad to hear it's actually happening. Bring back creepy Henson turtle faces. I mean... They're not even as creepy as the most recent Turtles.
Those are super creepy.
Yeah, I'd rather have those. So are they not making a third?
No, they're done with that.
Okay.
And
that's good. They should stop now.
It's the guy who played Leonardo.
Yeah.
Hated working for it.
Really?
Apparently they got treated horribly on set.
The body actor.
The Turtles, yeah. And they hired actors. They didn't just get stuntmen. They hired actors because they wanted, and then they treated them like shit.
Why? They're the stars of the movie.
Yes.
Why would they treat them?
They treated them like they were.
What is the bad treatment? What happened?
Because they weren't faces and stuff weren't shown. They made them work extra hours. They found loopholes around things to not treat them like they did the other actors, like they did April and what's his face.
That's awful.
They literally made them work extra hours that would. Because they found ways to do their contracts so that they didn't have to get paid overtime. So they would send there's an interview if you look for it that you can find of the guy who played Leonardo and how much he hated. He's glad that he's done. He hated doing it. It was a bad thing.
Volume 36 says I'd be interested in the second Avatar. We're getting
like Avatar, like Blue People Avatar. Yeah, I'm fine with that.
Blue People Avatar
or Earth, Bender, or, Bender Avatar.
You want more Blue People Avatar?
I'm fine with that.
As opposed to...
God, I don't want to see another Avatar. I'd rather start over and make a...
Well, yeah, I would like them to start over.
I'm excited for the TV show.
I would rather see a live-action remake of Last Airbender.
Which they're doing. Netflix is doing it.
Right. So I would rather see that
I'd rather do that.
Than see Blue People, though.
Oh.
I'm not looking forward to the...
I'm fine with the Blue People. That'll be a really pretty movie. That'll be a really fun to watch.
It will be very pretty.
It'll be a good
It will be very pretty.
And
if James Cameron is pushing his technological advances as he always does, that's a good thing for the industry. I just can't with him. He's such an asshole.
Okay, let's get to the really cool news that was in this list.
None of this news was cool to you?
Yes, but this one is particularly the one you skipped.
Well, before we do that, I have to. The last thing as a part of Star Trek is that Star Trek just celebrated the 40th anniversary of the motion picture. That's it. That's happy anniversary.
Mitchie says, "Will, don't diss Avatar like this. You know me."
Is Mitchie a huge Avatar fan?
She loves Avatar.
Oh, I'm sorry. I mean,
Mitchie never not talks about Avatar. Never not talks. Yeah,
that's right. But the whole thing about this show is that everyone comes with their own opinions, and everyone's opinion is great for them. So,
except for this one, is that what you're saying?
No, I'm saying that Mitchie loving Avatar is great. She should love Avatar.
Are you saying that sarcastically?
No, I'm not. Stop trying to get me in a fight with Mitchie. Mitchie's awesome. I'm not being sarcastic.
Okay, I couldn't read your tone. Is all I'm saying.
You know my tone better than that. You can read my tone. There's no side eye here yet.
Yeah, see, Valen says, "Am I hearing an unspoken but?"
No, I'm actually jealous that you all got to meet everyone. I haven't met these people in person.
Mama Mitchie and Daddy Ryan have nothing to do with one another for your information. Because Ryan's been called Daddy Ryan on stream now.
Really?
Yes.
Why is that a thing? How did that happen?
I don't remember. It's a thing now.
Mitchie just asked if she can ban Art, and I say yes. Yes, you can.
I can. I don't know. Let's see. Daddy Ryan. There's a command for Nightbot.
Well, we can talk about the exciting news you were excited about.
Yes. So Netflix, right? Announced that they're making a Locke and Key series.
Ooh,
finally.
Do you guys know Locke and Key? What are you doing?
So I saw shadow on my face. I don't know if lights are right there.
I thought you were voguing for a second. I was going to say, you could vogue if you want.
Yeah, so Locke and Key has been announced for Netflix. Finally, they've been trying to get the series made for years.
What was originally supposed to be a movie, and then
they actually shot a pilot for Fox.
I didn't realize that they shot a pilot. Have you seen it?
I've seen pictures of it. I haven't actually seen the pilot.
How did it look?
It looked okay. I mean, it looked fine. So Locke and Key is a graphic novel series from Joe Hill, who is Stephen King's son. So it
was IDW.
IDW,
right?
Yeah, and it came out a few years ago, and it's this really cool comic book about these kids who go to a house. I think their dad dies or something like that, and they move to like some like home of some relative. And the house is like this weird old house, and then they start discovering these keys that do things. And then there's there's this whole thing with a demon, and it's like this like supernatural like demon thing story, and it's really cool because all the keys do different things, and they have access to different things, and have like almost. They do different things. It's hard to explain without giving it away, but like...
You take a key and you do something different with it.
Yeah.
That's what the show is.
Like, I'll give one example. For example, one of the keys makes one of them turn into a ghost, I think, or be invisible. Other keys open doors that didn't know were there, things like that. And so that's a really cool story, and I'm really looking forward to seeing the book.
So the show is supposed to be premiering in February on Netflix. That's soon.
So they've already started.
So they've already been like working on this. Art and I have a very special connection with Locke and Key because Art actually got me was it 4 of them?
Yeah, I got you like the
four big books of it, of the story for Secret Santa a few years ago. So he's actually the one who introduced me to it.
He had never heard of them.
I had never heard of them.
I scored. Chewy says, "Are you guys in the new studio? New background, digging it." Yeah, we finally set up this background. This is also the background we use for Perception Check, but we're in the new studio. This is our new look for the show.
I was saying earlier that I absolutely love the lighting and everything. Like the backdrop is great, and I feel like our skin tone is just popping. Like we look so good right now. I keep looking at us on the screen. I love all the updates to the show. I got all excited when Art showed me the new layout of the show, and I could see that the film strip is like constantly moving over there. It's just little tweaks, but it's cool stuff.
Yeah. See, and the purple's good with brown people. So
that's what I'm saying. That's why we pop. Like the lighting is so great.
I should bring my purple lightsaber. Oh, could put it back there.
You could.
Yeah.
Unfortunately, there is a. We zoomed in just before the show started. Before we zoomed in, there's this Joker over here behind Art. He's staring at me for the entire show. Like, he's looking directly at me. You can't see his head now, but he's creepy, which I like. I like creepy guys. Are you about to say something?
No, I'm just going to look here.
What else is in the news? Oh, it's award season. You want to talk about award season?
Award season, the best.
It's that season where all the
Wait, sorry. She says, at least K2SO is in humping things. K2SO was humping the pole last week.
Well, I want to be humped by K2SO. We need more humping on this show.
Do we?
Yes. So yeah, it's award season, which means all of the competitive organizations are releasing their announcements of nominees, and I hate award season. Every time this comes around, I get all excited because I want the movies that I enjoy to be nominated for stuff and get some attention, and the movies that get nominated are like the same people.
The same stuff.
That
doesn't matter.
It's just
no scary movies, no superhero movies, no science fiction movies.
I mean, dramas matter, but just the stuff that they're picking, it's like, can we get some new stuff? Like, it's the same stuff over and over again.
Like what do we don't like? What got nominated that we're not happy about?
Well, let's see. Let's look at.
Oh, what didn't get nominated that we're not happy about?
Okay,
Ghostbusters says it's the season where all the pirated screeners leak.
Yes.
It's the season where I get my real ones.
And I don't watch Art's screeners
he doesn't
at
watch.
all.
Nope, I don't share my screeners at all.
Nope, he doesn't share them. I'm going to talk specifically about black movies for a second, because there have been a lot of great performances in black movies, or in movies in general this year. There have been a lot of great performances by black actors. And it's so weird that we get something like Lupita in Us, who was amazing. I mean, her performance is probably better than the movie itself. The movie I loved, but there are problems with the movie, but her performance is flawless in it. But she won't get nominated for something like that because it's a horror movie.
Because of her, yeah.
But then we get, I can't even remember her name, the lead actress who is in Harriet, which is the story of Harriet Tubman that's out right now. And it's kind of a weird retelling of such a historical movie. Mm-hmm. But she's getting nominated for a lot of stuff. And I have not actually seen the movie, so I don't know if her performance is worth it or not. It might be. She might be absolutely amazing in it. But I just find it interesting that black people are often nominated for roles where they play slaves or maids or the help or something like that. Black people get more noticed for those kind of roles as opposed to like let's just have something fun like what Lupita gave us in Us. And so that kind of thing, just if you're only recognizing black people for that kind of roles, it's upsetting. And also there have been lots. I mean, we have really upgraded how many women directors are getting distribution. Yeah. And so many award organizations just ignore them. Like, we only get male directors nominated for stuff. We never see women directors nominated for stuff, and there are so many this year. Just like it's just a lot of stuff that gets overlooked over and over again.
And it kind of makes those awards shows and stuff less and less important. Yeah. And less. Like, I really don't care about them anymore.
Yeah, that's how it is for me too. Like, I look at the nominations and I'm just like, whatever.
Yeah. I think now I think I should watch the Oscars only because it's a big production and because some fun things happen sometimes.
The last couple of Oscars, Cynthia Erivo is the actress who plays Harriet, and she's from stage. So I don't know how she is in movies. That's why I was saying that. I wasn't sure about her. But yeah, the last couple of Oscars I actually watched out of kind of like tradition, not necessarily because I was interested, but it's like I grew up on Oscars, so I feel like I have to watch them. But I'm like every year I'm less
Still
and
grumpy
less.
at them.
Yeah. I mean the highlight, nothing could have been better. I feel like I've reached my Oscar peak with the whole La La Land Moonlight fiasco.
That was great.
Nothing will ever beat that for me because Moonlight was such an important movie for me personally, and the fact that it actually did get recognition and it wasn't a movie about blacks being slaves and stuff like that was great. But they kind of like the year after that they go with Green Book and it's just like, oh, so this black guy who's great but has to be taught how to be black by a white guy is kind of it's weird. It's weird. So yeah, award shows just don't do it for me anymore.
Chris Patson says, "Well, have you talked about Disney Plus unexpected, outdated cultural depictions warning yet?"
I did on the Cinephilia Facebook page, but we haven't on the show yet because we've been gone for a month. But we can talk about that. Like, I love that they did it instead of actually going through and editing stuff out.
They did edit stuff out.
Yes, they did. But I love that they have the content warning.
I feel like I like that. I wish they would backtrack some of their editing.
Yes.
And just leave it. Like, we get it. Like, nobody's going to be mad at you, Disney, because these things were made a long time ago and we weren't as progressive or intelligent then. We understand that. I wish they just wouldn't go back and edit and just give us the warning so the idiots who are going to be mad about stuff just be like, I just understand. I think it's a good move because I think changing our past is how we don't learn from it.
Yes, exactly. That's what I was going to say.
And so seeing that, being aware that existed, being aware, see that what that's like, so you can compare it to what stuff might still be happening that's similar. You have things to compare it to, but editing it out doesn't really help anybody.
And just hiding stuff away completely doesn't help anybody either. Mm-hmm. I feel like they should put Song of the South on there.
Put it on there.
Just let people see it. I think it's so weird that so many people absolutely love Splash Mountain, but have never seen the movie, have no idea of the context behind it. It's just so. It's so
weird that they even built the right on it.
Well, yes, that's weird too. But yeah, I like that. I wish that they would not edit as much as they do, or at all. But I like that they put these warnings. It's the same thing when they released all of their shorts on Blu-ray years ago.
Yeah.
DVD and Blu-ray. They did the same thing, but they also kept some shorts off altogether, which is weird. But Warner Brothers does the same thing with their shorts and stuff. Even if it's not like a writing, like a written thing that you read beforehand, if you have someone like Leonard Maltin come on beforehand and go, these were the times, like, just so anything so that we understand that, you know, we've progressed since this point, which is a good thing. It's a good thing.
Cool.
So yeah, I don't have Disney Plus, so I haven't actually watched any of that stuff. I feel like I'm saying a lot that I haven't actually seen stuff.
Yeah, you have a lot of strong opinions about things you know nothing about, Will.
It's because my opinions come from systemic things, and so as we work to try to change the system to work for everyone as opposed to some people, then there are some systemic things that need to be changed without the specific context within.
All right. Mitchie says, I also don't have Disney Plus. What are you waiting for?
My good friend Art here has Disney Plus, so I hope I can watch some.
Will said he's going to come in early every Monday and just sit and watch while I set up.
It's true. Because I'd be up for doing that. And I found out today that I have a good spot for catching the bus here, because I actually catch the bus here sometimes. Except for it's the same time that kids got out of school, so I have to deal with a lot of kids on the bus. But other than that, like, it's prime spot for getting here.
Yeah, you got here really quick.
And then I got here really quick.
As opposed to last time, which took you like 2.5 hours to get here.
Well, that was
2 times ago.
I guess one time that I caught the bus here, it took a long time because the buses just were acting up. Like, I don't know. Like, it happens sometimes.
Oh, it was a holiday weekend,
with
wasn't
public
it?
transportation. No, the other one was a holiday. But that was fine because I had to get here really early. That was when I came really early.
Oh, yeah.
So, yeah, I like public transportation. It fucks up every now and then, but that's how it goes. Reed H. Cooper invited me to come over and watch screeners with him. That'd be cool. But you're on the other side of the country.
Chris Patton says, the story of the Mandalorian telling the crew not to alternate the shots for CG Baby Yoda and calling them cowards is amazing. It was Werner Herzog. I can't pronounce his name.
Herzog
was the one who called them cowards. It was great.
So how does he... Is he mostly puppet? And
he's a lot puppet, yeah.
Okay. Because I've only seen gifs of him.
I mean, there's obviously some shots that he's
cute,
definitely CG because it's just definitely way easier, even as a puppeteer. I'm like,
I guess the full body shots.
Full body, sometimes walking around
yeah.
and just like that. But all the, like, when he's being held and when he's, like, close-ups and stuff, it's all puppet.
So was I the only one to look at him and the first thing I thought was it's Gizmo? Did
no, a lot of people,
okay.
yeah. Like,
because it's blatant. I mean, but they're both cute. I think they'd be cute sitting side by side.
Yeah, when he's a puppet, he looks all radio control puppetry. Yeah, but it's the 90% of the... Yeah. It's cool. And he looks good. I mean, like, he didn't need to be CG. Like, we can tell it's a puppet. It's fine, because guess what? Yoda was a puppet. And so we all knew he was a puppet.
Wait,
like,
Yoda was a puppet?
Yeah, Yoda was a puppet.
That's crazy.
So it's fine. I like it. I don't need him to be CG realism. Yeah. He's a little weird green thing. It's fine that he looks plastic.
He doesn't have to be.
Then there's really cool shots sometimes where like his ears flap in the air, and you're like you could CG. It'd be really hard to get CG to look natural. Yeah, like there's a part where he's like moving through this area and there's like wind from a ship or something. His ears going. It's great.
Yoda was actually just Frank Oz in makeup. Frank Oz just popped up in a movie that I saw recently, just randomly, and it was so good to see him. He was in Knives Out.
Oh, was he? Oh, that's right.
Yeah,
I heard.
Yeah. Speaking of Rian Johnson, we'll have to get into that.
Why do we know Rian Johnson?
But back to award season. One good thing that has come out of the announcements of award season is that Disney's monopoly on animation is kind of falling a bit.
Yes.
So the Annie Awards, which is the awards for animation every year, Netflix has more nominations for their projects than Disney does, which is kind of crazy.
Yeah, I mean, Disney really hasn't been doing a great job in their animation. There's nothing, Disney is not what's the word? Innovating much. I don't see...
Innovating? Yeah, I agree.
There's nothing, they're just doing a lot of the same.
Yeah.
Like Frozen 2 was great. But from an animation standpoint, it's just another CG movie.
Yeah, Frozen 2 was great for other aspects.
Yeah, like story and music and other stuff. But animation-wise, it's just another CG movie. It's just another Frozen, another Rapunzel, another Moana. Like nothing amazing.
Reed H. Cooper says Disney animation for Disney Plus is like non-existent. So yeah, Netflix, at the Annie Awards nominations, Netflix scored 37 nominations.
Dang.
Disney got 28 nominations, which is a big drop from the previous year where Disney had 42 nominations.
Oh, wow.
So
it's like almost half.
It's like, yes, it's a kind of a big deal. But if you look at the stuff that Netflix is putting out, like Love, Sex, and Robots or Klaus, the Klaus movie, the Christmas movie that just hit Netflix is doing great. Like, people are loving it. And that movie is hand-drawn. It doesn't look like it. It looks like it could be CG because of the way it's styled. But it's all traditionally done, which is amazing. We need to be getting back to that.
And
I need to see more traditional animation.
I think that's literally what Disney should do. Should go back to hand-drawn animation and innovating there. Because literally they got to CG and they were like, that they gave up entirely on hand-drawn animation. What they should have done is push through the lull because we're getting all this bombarded. Not everybody CG is such a normal thing that it's not novelty anymore. If they had just innovated in animation or mixed in hand-drawn animation with CG and done cool things, that's where I think they would have propelled forward, because they're a big company with a lot of resources that could have done that and could have hired a huge amount of talent. Instead of all that talent is going to other places, and it's Disney's kind of wasting away with their. I mean, they got Frozen, but how many Frozens can they keep making?
Chris Pasto says the execs at Disney will point to The Princess and the Frog and say no one wants hand-drawn animation.
Yeah, well, that was not a great movie.
But animation-wise, it was. It was beautiful. Yeah. Like, animation-wise. And actually, story-wise, I like it. But we're going to get into this later. There's some definite problems with it. But when we start watching our trailers in a bit, we better start watching trailers soon. Then, yeah, there's definitely some stuff I need to talk about with that and Soul, Pixar's Soul. But overall, I actually liked Princess and the Frog a lot.
I hated it. I have to watch it again.
I remember having this conversation with you. You had a very specific reason why you hated it, which was story-wise.
Story things that I like about it.
It was
animation wasn't pretty.
And what you said made sense. Totally. But most people didn't even catch what you saw. I'm not even going to spoil it for you. I mean, we could do a Princess Frog episode at some point.
We should do a Princess and the Frog episode.
Because then, we could totally debate the merits of it.
We should have a Frozen 2 episode as well, because Amber had a whole crazy amount of deep insight on that movie.
I would love to have a Frozen 2 episode. The thing is, we have Star Wars coming up. I know it's blasphemous.
No, we can do it when it comes out on video.
Okay.
When it comes out on Blu-ray, because then we can watch it a bunch of times. Amber's going to buy it and buy it.
You guys have Disney Plus. She doesn't have to buy it.
But it won't come out on Disney Plus right away. It'll come out on Blu-ray DVD first. And so she'll buy it because she won't want to wait for Disney Plus to come.
That's the fucked up thing Disney's doing?
Yeah. They're not going to put it on Disney Plus right away. They need to make their money with their DVD sales.
I know they have to make their money. I just don't want to acknowledge that they're doing that shit. Okay.
So that's what's going to happen.
It's so upsetting. This is why I won't subscribe to Disney Plus. Anyway.
Chris Patton says, I love Keith David. I love Keith David too. He's great.
Yeah, Dr. Facilier is amazing in that movie. He's my favorite character from the whole movie. And I also love that Disney actually had a movie where starring black people, where the protagonist is darker skinned than the villain. Mm-hmm. Which is different than Disney's Aladdin. Mm-hmm. But anyway, we'll get into that in another episode. Yeah, I would love to do an episode on Princess and the Frog, and I would love to do an episode on Frozen 2. Because there's a lot of things about Frozen 2 that were really well done. Another cool thing to come out of the award season, although these are, I guess this is kind of tied into award season. It's Sundance's competition will be in January, although it's all new movies for that, not movies from the past year. But for the first time, Sundance will, all the movies in their competition in 2020, almost half of the movies have black leads. Mm-hmm. It's that's a lot of movies with black leads. And I feel like there's a big change in Hollywood happening thanks to things like Get Out and Black Panther and how successful they've been, where we're actually starting to see a lot more blackness in movies, just general blackness in movies, which is great. And I hope that we start to see it more with Latinos and Native Americans and Asians and all sorts of other people as well.
Well, the Latinos are doing well in Star Wars, so that's good.
It's true.
I'm enjoying that.
That's true. There's always room for more. I want more of everything. So that's awesome. And then, in addition, since I'm talking about black movies at this point, the animated short Hair Love is now online to stream on YouTube or other places. But if you have not seen this animated short, it came out before Angry Birds 2. It was funded through Kickstarter. I actually donated to the Kickstarter a couple years ago when they were first doing it. And it's just a great little short. Have you watched it yet?
I haven't watched it yet.
Hair Love and Kit Bull are my favorite shorts of the year. Did you see Kit Bull? The Pixar one with the little cat and the pit bull that meet.
Nope.
Oh, it's part of their. You know how Pixar is doing like their. I forget what they're calling it, but giving first-time directors like a short to do. It was one of those.
That's
one
cool.
of the first ones from those. So Kit Bull is amazing, which you can watch online, and then Hair Love is a brand new movie about this little girl who's trying to get her hair prepared for the day and going through look at my hair. It's very relatable is what I'm saying. And it's worth watching. So Hair Love is online if you have not seen it yet. I think that's all we have for news. We actually made it through the news.
Do you want to get to this part? Did you want to do that at the
end?
Yeah,
we could do that. I guess a segue from the news is the in memoriam stuff that we can talk about. We've lost a couple of people recently who are, very influential, amazing, creative people. So
yeah, so first one, Carroll Spinney, who was Big Bird for 50 years, just passed away yesterday. So we lost, he had retired from Big Bird in 2018, like a year and a half ago. And he'd, at that point, had been doing it very little. Yeah. Matt Vogel had taken over, and he'd been doing it for a while. So a lot of the time was Matt Vogel doing Big Bird. But yeah, he passed away. He was his 80s. So that's been the sad, in the puppetry world, that's been the sad news this week that we lost Carroll Spinney, who everybody loved and everybody thought he was amazing. He was a very good human being and a very kind person. Everybody who interacted with him has nothing but wonderful things to say about him. So.
Yeah. Is his documentary still streaming anywhere?
I don't know. Chris Blunt says, "I didn't know Carroll Spinney was dying. I think his illnesses and stuff were kept pretty quiet. But yeah, that had a lot to do why he had stopped doing. Also, he was really old. So it wasn't necessarily a surprise. It was just sad.
He also played Oscar the Grouch.
He's Oscar the Grouch, yeah.
One of my favorites. And there's a new commercial with Oscar the Grouch, which he didn't perform in, but there's a commercial floating out there that's been making me laugh. But it was, when I saw the news that Carroll Spinney had passed, I could not get the scene where Big Bird is painted all blue and singing from Follow That Bird out of my head. So I ended up doing an illustration of it, but it's just so sad to think about. I still can't get that scene out of my head. Everything's just so blue.
Yep.
Who else? Renee. I'm not sure how to pronounce his last name.
Auberjonois?
If only Dave was here, because he would know how to pronounce it.
Odo. I know him as Odo.
Yeah, he was Odo on Deep Space Nine. He was also on Benson. He was one of the cast members on that show. And then he was in Little Mermaid.
Who was in Little Mermaid?
He was the voice of Chef Louis.
Shut up.
Yeah.
I didn't know that.
Yeah.
Ah.
So, was another one that we loved.
Odo was my favorite. One of my favorite things about Deep Space Nine. Yeah, he's one of the best characters on there.
Yes. Reed H. Cooper. That's exactly how it's spelled. And then... John Witherspoon we also lost earlier, but since we've been gone for a month, we didn't get to talk about it. But he was in Friday. He was the dad in Friday, and he was also the granddad in the Boondocks. Yeah. And he was always hilarious. Always everything he was in was great just because he was so funny. So those three are three recent ones that really hit hard.
Did you see that Marina Sirtis' husband just passed away too?
No.
He passed away yesterday.
I didn't know that.
She posted on Twitter.
That sucks.
Yeah, that's sad.
What is
I don't know who her husband was. I just saw that she posted on Twitter.
Oh, he wasn't an actor or anything?
I have no idea.
She's going to be back on Picard.
She is?
I'm looking forward to Picard. So
cool.
Should we do some trailers?
Let's some trailers.
I know Reed H. Cooper is really excited for us to talk about one trailer in particular.
So let's do trailers. So our first trailer that we got is...
I can't believe you're just gonna like let that intro happen and not talk about how
That's
cool
how
it
you
is.
do it. You don't you don't call attention to it. You just go, oh yeah, trailers.
I'm gonna call attention to it because I think all this stuff looks great.
Yeah.
Okay.
So what we have is Ruh-roh.
I picked out a lot of trailers for us to watch. I don't know if we're actually gonna watch all of them, but there was a lot that we missed.
Yeah.
So I'd be up for watching all of them.
Oh, I have headphones on. This is Ghostbusters. I've not watched this.
I have not watched Ghostbusters either.
Honestly, my mom won't say it, but we're completely broke. And the only thing that's
Oh, it's the kid from Stranger Things.
Mm-hmm.
This is creepy old farmhouse our grandfather left us in the middle of nowhere. Why'd you bring me up here?
Entertainment value?
What is that?
I don't know.
Are we having audio problems?
Yeah, what's wrong with the audio? What are you What are you hearing, Reed? Can you tell us? It's not coming out of the TV.
Are you hearing an echo? Or?
I hear the double thing. I had fixed this earlier. Okay, give me 2 seconds.
It's too quiet, Chris Patstone says.
Entertainment, Will.
How do I entertain you all by myself? Yeah, they're saying that the mics are fine, but the video audio sounds like it's coming out from far away. It's too quiet.
Okay. I may have fixed it.
He may have fixed it. We will do a test and see. Oh, I had the opportunity to strike a pose and I didn't do it. Next time, I would do that.
Okay. I'm gonna start the trailer over. Tell me if it's okay.
What are you doing here in Somerville anyway?
Is it better for you guys?
Honestly, my mom won't say it, but we're completely broke. And the only thing that's left in our name
It is good. Thank you.
is
Awesome.
this creepy old farmhouse our grandfather left us in the middle of nowhere. Why'd you bring me up here?
Entertainment value?
What is that?
I don't know.
Somehow, a town that isn't anywhere near a tectonic plate, that has no fault lines, no fracking, no loud music even, is shaking on a daily basis.
Under the dining table now!
Hey, remember that one summer we died under a table?
I found this in my living room.
Whoa, killer replica.
A replica of what?
A ghost trap? There hasn't been a ghost sighting in 30 years. New York in the 80s? It's like The Walking Dead. Your dad never mentioned this to you?
It's just my mom. My grandfather died. My mom says we're just here to pick through the rubble of his life.
Wait a minute. Who are you?
Call it fate.
I like it.
Mm-hmm. I'm having lots of thoughts and all of them are good.
Call it
Oh.
karma. I believe that everything happens for a reason.
Come on, darling.
Yes.
It has a gunner seat?
That's a good trailer.
I'm into it.
It's funny because when the trailer started, I was kind of hesitant. I was like, did I put the wrong link? Because this didn't feel like a...
Oops. Sorry. Nope. Wrong button.
This didn't feel like a Ghostbusters movie as we know it.
No, yeah.
But I love that it's being taken so seriously, because what's really great about the original Ghostbusters is that it treaded the line of, being funny. It was definitely a comedy and had funny bits in it, but everyone was taking it seriously. And I feel like the remake that we got recently was just like pure comedy. Too much improv and like
way too much improv.
Too many jokes and too much. It didn't have like a groundedness to it because it wasn't taken seriously. So I feel like if you start off serious like this trailer gave us, then the comedy would just come just from, it being funny. So I feel like this is in the right direction, and I'm really excited for it.
You me too. Chris Patton says, you mean the original Ghostbusters didn't feel like one big SNL skit?
No, exactly. So your thoughts?
I like it. I like it is very smart to go with this like Stranger Things kind of feeling.
Yeah, especially right now.
Right now, it's they're not copying, but they're just giving us that little hint of like, oh, kids in this like 80s like kind of feel to the movie. And like you said, taking it a little more seriously, I think is great. I like that it's the kids. We don't know who else is going to show up. I like that there's the Ecto one. Like they were talking about it on one day here on one of the streams that about if we for this new movie wanted a new Ecto one or an old Ecto one. I was like, we have to have the old Ecto. Even if they made a new one, the old one had to show up somehow.
Oh yeah,
I'm glad that
it's got to be. If this is like a passing of the torch, then you have to show the old before you move on to the new. It's also like, I feel like it could have been very cheesy to just be following these kids finding this stuff, but it feels very natural. It feels like an organic thing for them, and it's just kind of cool to see kids going through this as opposed to other, adult Ghostbusters who,
Yeah, and automatically putting kids in serious situations like adventures like this gives you a very 80s feel.
Yeah.
So it kind of gives you like that feel of the 80s, and even though it's not the same feel as the original movies, it's still kind of, I don't know, there's just the right amount of nostalgia, at least in this. I don't feel like I'm being beaten over the head of it.
Yeah,
but it's
I'm
nice.
very glad that, because we know already it's been announced that the cast is returning, and I'm very glad that none of them were in the trailer.
Yeah.
I'm glad that they just left it as is. Yeah.
So
just the right amount of nostalgia, as you said.
Hold on, I have to check something. Oh look, it fixed it. Yeah, let's try another trailer. Oh wait, let me. Oh, it's doing that thing. Go away, news. Okay, I gotta fix that.
I mean, the new transitions are just so awesome that we have to see them over and over again.
Okay, this other trailer I have not seen either. Which
one is this?
This is Wonder Woman.
Are you going to go to the trailer screen?
I'm going. Do you want to be in charge? Trailers. Oops, I went to the wrong. I didn't want to show this again. It's a work in progress, you guys.
I have seen this trailer, and it got me excited.
Hasn't been what you probably think it has. We all have our struggles.
Sorry. Reed H. Cooper says, I'm just amazed how much these kids seriously look like grandchildren of Egon and Janine.
It's true.
They do. I like that.
It's true.
Sorry, back to Wonder Woman.
Have you ever been in love?
A long, long time ago. You?
So many times. Yeah, all the time.
Speaking of the 80s.
Welcome to the future. Life is good, but it can be better.
Does this whole movie take place in the 80s?
Yep.
All you need is to want it. Think about finally having everything you always wanted.
I can save today, but you can save the world.
Steve.
How's he alive?
Good question. I have no idea.
I take what I want in return. Everyone will see.
I love her shiny outfit.
I love her shiny outfit. I love the glowing lasso. Like it just is such a cool visual.
The world needs you. You know what you need to do.
And using Blue Monday for this trailer is really cool too.
Good is born from
It fits. Look how awesome she looks.
She's getting so much better at this fighting.
Yeah, she is.
Well, they got a good stunt woman for her. That's awesome. She looks so awesome. Whoa.
Yes. The Alex Ross Eagle suit.
It's all art. That's just a trash can.
It's just a trash can. Yeah.
So it looks like a lot of fun.
Yeah, I like it.
I still feel like Wonder Woman is the best part of the DC EU, the DC movies.
You think she's what?
The best part of the DC movies.
I think so.
And it looks like a lot of fun. I was waiting for the reveal of Cheetah, because Cheetah is the villain in the movie, and Cheetah can either be really great, depending on how they do her. She could be really great, or she could be really campy, which might, campiness might actually work with the 80s setting. But I'm still waiting to see the reveal of Cheetah and what version of Cheetah they're going with. Because Kristen Wiig is playing Cheetah.
Yeah.
And I'm interested. I mean, we were just talking about how the improv in Ghostbusters was horrible, which is partly her fault. But I feel like if they really give her a great script and not let her
she can be good. I think it'd be great.
She's a great actress, but I've not seen her in a really villainous role.
Yeah.
And I'm kind of excited to see that. I think it could be amazing.
It'd be a good contrast for her to see her kind of be this weird quirky character and then turn out to be crazy villain.
Yeah.
Could be really awesome.
Yeah.
If she could pull it off.
So I guess they did a huge, I didn't watch it, but they did a huge announcement with this trailer. There was a live stream event, and they actually talked about her character, and the Patty Jenkins, the director, said that her character starts off, I guess there's a progression within the movie. I hope this isn't giving too much away, but she said it, that the character starts off with some prosthetics and then CGI helps her later in the movie. So I guess there's a progression of how much Cheetah she is throughout the movie. So it'd be interesting to see. I just want to see what her look is like. They also released a few posters, one of which was hers, and she's wearing cheetah print, but it's just her in a cheetah print outfit. So I want to see
what she looks like.
What she looks like, how she is as Cheetah.
Chris says, what are we supposed to assume with Chris Pine's character being back? I have no idea.
Yeah, I
hope to give us something cool. You're like, oh, wow, that was interesting.
Yeah, I hope so. There's got to be a point to it.
Yeah.
And I hope they do explain it. I'm sure they're not just going to bring him back for no reason without explaining it. So.
Nobayon says, what's with the swinging on a lightning bolt, though? I understand it's a magic lasso, but come on.
But she's from the gods, so she can do things like that.
It was stupid, but it was cool.
Yeah. I mean, most movies have stupid.
I mean,
action movies
I think the fact that they said it
cool
gives it a little bit of freedom with this silliness.
Yeah.
And I mean, Wonder Woman's kind of cheesy, silly to begin with, I think, a little bit. And they put her in the shiny outfit, which I love. I think it's great. And
the eagle, I don't know how many of you guys know her eagle armor outfit from the comics, but it's cool to see that. It's really cool to see that. Reed H. Cooper says Steve Trevor clone, which could be possible. Clone. I could see that.
No, I'm gonna guess they're gonna have a good explanation for it.
Yeah.
I hope it's not stupid. He jumped off the plane right before it blew up and landed on some hay.
But he wouldn't even be that young in the 80s if he lived. It's got to be, there's some sort of thing happening.
Oh, yeah, I didn't even think of that.
He's not going to age the same way as Wonder Woman. So, yeah, I'm interested.
Cool. Next trailer.
Boom.
Moving on.
Do you know why the Phoenix sits on the right hand of the Emperor?
You've seen this, right?
Actually, I haven't. I haven't watched it.
Okay.
He's his guardian. His protector. That she's both.
I saw the teaser that they did earlier, but I haven't seen this full trailer.
Your job is to bring honor to the family. Do you think you can do that?
Citizens, we are under attack from northern invaders.
Their leader calls himself Oricon.
Fights alongside a witch.
No survivors. By edict of His Imperial Majesty, every family must contribute 1 man to fight.
Have you no son?
I am blessed with 2 daughters. I will fight.
We must be strong. This time he will not return.
H. Cooper says, this doesn't even seem like a Disney film.
I know, isn't it great?
Yeah.
Brave and true. It is my duty to protect my family.
On my birthday.
Oh, is it?
Yep.
Let's go. Let's get a group together to go for your birthday.
Ancestors, please protect her.
What is your name, soldier?
Hua Jun, Commander, son of Hua Zhou.
We're going to make men out of every single one of you.
You gonna think about it?
Thank goodness.
Close the gate!
Yeah, who is this witch? She's new. I love witches,
Something
so let's
holds
see.
you back.
When they find out who you are, they will show you no mercy. I'm Hua Mulan. I will bring honor to us all.
Mulan.
So you said you had some thoughts about Mulan, so I want to hear what your thoughts are.
No, I like it.
Okay.
I'm happy with it. I think Chris Patton says if they don't say let's get down to business at least once, it's a
Yeah, they at least have to say it.
I think this is what Disney remakes should be.
Yes, I agree.
Give us a retelling of the story. Don't just redo the original one. Just give us a retelling. Give us some things that are familiar with it, that we're familiar. I like that they threw little things. Here's a line from the song, but I'm gonna throw the line in here. They do little things. They use the score a little bit and give us familiarity, but give us a retelling.
I mean, it's the same way that we've said before that the best of these Disney remakes before was Cinderella. And it's kind of the same way that was, where it's an upgrade from the original. It's not just, straightforward the original.
It was from somebody else's point of view, a new director's point of view. And that works really well.
Yeah.
Somehow we didn't learn.
Yeah, I love that they're actually taking this this tale seriously. That there's not, singing and dancing all throughout it.
Yeah.
I mean, as much as I love the original Mulan, which worked great for animation, I feel like this is a much better way to go with it.
Yeah, it's a more serious story. It's a little more story with like power to it. So I think it's really good that they're doing it that way. I'm fine. I'm fine with no Mushu.
I'm fine with no Mushu. I'm fine with no Eddie Murphy.
There's a Phoenix.
Who is this witch? I want to know who this witch is, and I hope that she wasn't put in to give Mulan a female antagonist, because I love Mulan, getting down and dirty with and as the boys. So I hope that that's not her sole purpose. I hope she serves another purpose.
Yeah. We'll see, but I dig it. I'm happy about this one.
It looks a lot better than.
I might actually go see this one.
This is what I was hoping. This is the kind of route I was hoping they would go with Aladdin, because I really wanted. I really thought an Aladdin live action remake, could have been great.
Yeah, that could have been really cool.
But they did too much. It was too. So I've got my fingers crossed for Mulan.
They got like halfway there. They were like, we're not gonna
halfway?
A little bit, like
not
like
a quarter,
a third,
not even a third.
Well, because I'm looking like at the other ones, and now I watched it on a plane. So and I was like, all right, this wasn't horrible. Will Smith didn't try to be Robin Williams, which I was.
No,
that was such a great choice to just be Will Smith. If you're gonna hire Will Smith, just be Will Smith, because
that's what he does.
That's what he does, and it was fine. Because I was really terrified that they were gonna try to do Robin Williams, and he didn't.
Yeah, no, Will Smith was the best part of Aladdin.
Yeah. And Raja was there. That was cool. For like 2 seconds. He showed up.
Yeah, he was there.
He gets cut out of everything.
That's true. He existed.
Abu could have been cuter. Abu was just a monkey.
You've got really low standards.
I know. Jafar was terrible.
Jafar was terrible.
Yaga was terrible.
I hated that they dumbed down Jasmine because she was a much stronger character in the original, and in this they dumbed her down so that she can have a song that makes her strong. Yeah, which is really stupid.
And Yago was the one character I would have liked to have seen Yago be the bird.
Yeah, because Jafar is all magic. Like there was an explanation there why that character would talk. He's a parrot. He would talk anyway.
Ways, yeah.
But there's an explanation why he would, be more interactive and stuff like that, and they didn't go for it.
Also, how much does Alan Tudyk get paid to show up to these gigs? They're just like, here's like $1 million, and show up for 20 minutes and do your lines. He's like, all right. I mean, I guess I wouldn't say no to either, but like that's his gig now.
He's the new Frank Welker.
Yeah. Jesus, and he's doing like the big stuff, and it's slightly annoying.
I like Alan Tudyk, though. At least I like him.
Yeah, Chris Benson says, also, there was no reason to not have Gilbert Gottfried return as a la Mufasa and James Earl Jones. I would have been fine with him coming back.
James Earl Jones as Mufasa was weird.
He sounded better than he did as Darth Vader.
Well, that's true.
Because he sounded like...
It was so like...
It was weird.
Everything was so different visually that to hear something as familiar as that from the original was just it's out of place.
And it was weird because I think he sounded good, but like in Darth Vader, he sounded like an old man. And then this, I was like, oh, it's like he's getting old. But then I heard this, I was like, wait a minute, he knows how to sound like himself. Why did he sound like an old man in Rogue One? All right.
Okay, we're almost at 7. Do you guys want us to go over, or do you want us to cut short? Because we have lots of trailers that we could watch. Still.
We have this one. We're gonna watch this one.
We're gonna watch this one.
Have you seen this?
I've seen it. Yes.
Okay.
And I have things to say about it.
We'll talk about it.
Have you seen it?
Yeah.
Okay.
We only have a short time on this planet. You want to become the person that you
Jafar
were
was kind of
born
hot,
to
though.
be?
Not gonna lie.
Oh, he was. He was definitely hot. Just the characterization.
His voice was too high.
Spend your precious hours doing what will bring out the real you. The brilliant, passionate you that's ready to contribute something meaningful into this world. I got the gig. I really need a haircut today, man. Can you fit me in? Whoa, sorry. What the? Hello? So what do you want to be remembered for?
Probably for doing this funny cowboy dance.
Great.
Michi says, oh good, another movie to make me cry.
Well, it is Pixar. Pixar will make you cry.
The news. No, go away, the news.
So, I think it looks good. And I'm very excited that Pixar has a movie with a black lead. I'm excited about it. I feel like this is going back to, I said I would bring it back up when we got to it, going back to the conversation we were having about Princess and the Frog.
Mm-hmm.
There are a lot of animated movies that star black people where they only get to show that they're black for a portion of the movie, and this is falling into that, which is kind of upsetting. But Princess and the Frog, I'm drawing a blank on what the other one is, but there are more. So I'm excited for it. I'm excited to see where it goes. It feels like it's going to be kind of Inside Out-ish, but with the soul instead of emotions.
Yeah.
So I find it interesting.
Yeah.
But yeah, and I'm also very happy that if you guys recall, because you watched the show, when we first heard that Soul was being announced, I was like, this better be a movie about black people. It's got to be, and it is, and I'm so excited. One weird thing is that, well, in addition to, the changing, physical change of black people, one weird thing is that the score, going by the trailer, it seems like it's going to be very jazzy. It's going to have like this jazz focus. So maybe there'll be a lot of like popular known jazz music that they use for it. But the score itself is actually being composed by Trent Reznor. Yeah.
Well, that's weird.
Who is... I must preface this by saying Trent Reznor is one of my absolute favorites. I love Trent Reznor. I've loved him, as a popular music artist, and I've loved him as a film composer. I think he's made a great segue into composing for film. But it's an odd choice for this movie. It's a very odd choice, and I'm interested to see what he does with it. But
Pixar does a good job of picking odd choices
Yeah, they
and then
do.
coming through.
I'm interested, but I can't
intrigued.
place it at the moment.
Yeah.
So yeah, it's a movie that I'm definitely looking forward to, and it's
This Disneyland app needs to leave me alone. Have you seen what's happening in the Disneyland app lately? Check it out. No, Disneyland. I don't care.
You know you want to look.
No.
Chris Pastone says, or someone asked, so that's Chris Rock. Oh, you guys have, I was going to tell you that it's Jamie Foxx, but you guys have already figured it out in the chat. It's Jamie Foxx. Tina Fey is a voice in it.
Yes. She should be in everything.
Felicia Rashad, who is awesome. And David Diggs is in it as well.
Oh,
and I
cool.
love him. So.
Okay, I want to do one more.
One more. You pick.
No, you already picked for me. Remember, you said of those three, and then this one.
Oh, okay. Oh, that's right, because you didn't want to watch a couple of those other ones.
No, I didn't say I didn't want to watch. I didn't know what they were. Don't put words in my mouth.
No, I'm talking about the other ones that we skipped. You didn't want to watch those.
According to IMDb, Batista's doing the music.
Oh, that would be cool. Art said that he's not seen any James Bond movie. I'm calling you out. So we're not watching the 007 trailer. Although
we can. I'm just saying
it was on my list. But it's Lashana Lynch looks great in it, but
you know what? Fine. If you're gonna whine about it, we'll watch.
I'm not whining about it. Rita Cooper brought it up. I wasn't even going to bring it up. There is a black 007, and Lashana Lynch looks great in it.
Oh, that's right. Okay, I want to watch it now.
Okay, now he wants to watch it.
Yes, because you said something important. That seems interesting. I'm allowed to change my mind. That's what adults do.
Yes, you are. But you should know.
Everybody's going to see my desktop.
You should know
Don't look at my files.
You should know when I put a list together, everything on that list is going to be important for one reason or another.
Great. I hope my adult file wasn't showing on my desktop.
Everyone knows you like the kind of stuff you like.
The kind of stuff you like, whatever it is.
Puppet porn.
Why would I betray you?
So James Bond, he's a spy? He's a police officer?
He's a spy. It's all about espionage.
The world is arming faster than we can respond. Where's 007?
I need a favor, brother. You're the only one I trust for this.
The world's moved on, Commander Bond.
You were 00?
2 years. So stay in your lane. You get in my way, I will put a bullet in your knee. The one that works.
I thought you two would get along.
I'm so happy that cinematographers have finally figured out how to light black skin.
Mm-hmm.
Black people look so good.
So you're not dead?
Hello, Q. I've missed you.
It's the most valuable asset this country has. If you feel yourself losing control,
I'm not going to lose control.
James, you gave up everything for her. When her secret finds its way out, it'll be the death of you.
What is it?
You don't know what this is.
Chris Patton says, who wants to do a betting pool on whether they'll kill off Daniel Craig in this one?
History of violence.
What? Say that again?
Who wants to see if anybody wants to bet that they're gonna be killing him off?
I don't think they will.
Only your skills die with your body. Mine will survive long after I'm gone.
History isn't kind to men who play God.
That's a great cast. I feel the title every day. There's just not enough time for anything, let alone dying.
Yeah, I don't have time for that. All right, this looks interesting. Do I need to watch some other movies before I watch this one?
Probably, I would suggest watching the Daniel Craig James Bond movies at least. I mean, they're interesting. They definitely have good points and bad points to them. They're not amazing, in my opinion, but I don't really think you need to. But if you watch any, at least those, like, there's so many James Bond movies that you don't need to go.
I've never
like,
started.
Yeah. There's a channel, I'm obsessed with Pluto TV right now. There's a channel that just shows James Bond movies
just all day.
24 hours a day on Pluto TV. I have not watched them, but there's that if you want to watch it.
All right. Right. And this last one.
One more for y'all.
Show it.
911. What is your emergency?
Is this called Antebellum?
Yes.
Hello? Hello? Hello?
Okay.
Are you there? Is anyone with you?
It's like a scary
Get to
movie.
a safe area. Hello?
It's a short one.
Oh.
So I feel like it's a good trailer just because it doesn't tell you anything. It just gets you, it piques your interest.
It's just a scary movie.
But there's at least some, I mean, we're coming full circle on this show because I started out the show talking about black actors being nominated and getting recognition for slave movies, and there's some slavery aspect to this. I don't know exactly what the storyline is, but it's going to play into that somehow. But
cool.
Looks interesting.
All right. Let's go on to. I don't have a recommendations button. I need a recommendations.
Oh.
Well, maybe I need to do that when I add sound effects to trailers. Recommendations.
Are you going to do the voices yourself?
Yeah, I'm going to do it myself.
I hope you actually do that.
I'm going to call
that
Dave
to
and see if he wants to do it. He's good at this.
But do you have an actual recommendation?
I do not, but I can think of something if you go first, because like you do, may always make me do.
Let me see. I have a lot of movies that I've watched over the past month, like new movies that are in the theater. So let me pick one of those, and I'm going to go with. Actually, I'm going to nominate something that's not in the theater. I'm going to nominate something that's on Netflix.
That's good.
Dolomite Is My Name was actually really funny.
Was it?
Yeah, the Eddie Murphy movie.
Oh, yeah.
Streaming on Netflix. It's about the whole blaxploitation period that led up to the movie Dolomite. So it's biographical, and it's written by the same people who wrote Ed Wood, the Tim Burton movie. So it's got that same kind of feel to it. And it's just, it's really well done. I've actually watched it twice now because I watched it with Dave and then I watched it again with my dad while I was visiting home. And my dad was just smiling ear to ear watching the whole, like, for the entire runtime of the movie. And Dave and I both loved it too, so.
Is Eddie Murphy being actually funny again?
Eddie Murphy returning to his funniness. Like, he has actually made a comeback in this movie. It's actually really good. So that is my recommendation.
I will watch this. This looks good. I don't have a recommendation because I got distracted because I was watching.
Reed H. Cooper recommends Harley Quinn, which I haven't seen because I don't have the DC streaming service.
Oh, is that with the girl from Big Bang Theory? That's Harley Quinn.
Oh, is she doing the voice? I didn't realize that. So you don't have a recommendation?
No, I'm trying to think of something. Nope, I have nothing. I don't want to recommend something. Just
I could give another recommendation.
Oh yeah, maybe I think of something in the meantime.
In place of you. If you get the chance to see Waves, which is in theaters.
What's Waves?
That's a good one. We watched the trailer for it on this show. You recognize it. It's got Sterling K. Brown as a dad of... he's got a son and daughter, and it kind of just follows things in their life. It's a surprising movie. It's
it's an A24 movie. Yeah. I remember now.
Reed H. Cooper says Knives Out was good, and I actually agree. And I'm going to get into Knives Out on our show next week when we start to talk about The Last Jedi. Because I've not been a huge fan of Rian Johnson, and Knives Out is probably the first movie I've seen of his that I actually liked. And I'm going to explain why as part of our Last Jedi talk.
Reed H. Cooper says, Star Wars didn't ruin Ryan. No, Ryan ruined Star Wars.
I didn't like Brick. But again, I'm going to get into all of that next week.
Great.
So,
I think that's it for today. Thank you so much for joining us. We're back. We're back now most Mondays. I don't know about the exact holidays. I think we're fine for the holidays, right? Mm-hmm. Yeah, we should be fine.
Yeah, I'm not taking any more time off for a while.
So we'll be back every Monday here. We'll talk about other things. We'll talk about Star Wars for the next 2 weeks. Mm-hmm. So, watch Star Wars as soon as it comes out. I don't know.
Yeah, next week is going to be Last Jedi talk.
Last Jedi.
We're going to we have guests coming, so we're going to do like a round table and talk about Last Jedi, and then that's going to lead into Rise of Skywalker. So we'll talk about Rise of Skywalker the week after.
So everybody's homework: go watch Last Jedi, and then watch Rise of Skywalker the weekend that it comes out. I know that's going to be rough, but so we can have a conversation about it. So, because we're excited to talk about it. All right, we'll see you guys next week, and we'll Cinephilia you later. We did it right.